When the world sleeps under the silence of the night sky, there is one machine that rises like a dark shadow, a ghost that cannot be heard, cannot be tracked, and cannot be stopped. This is the aircraft that changed the definition of air power, the one that made every radar in the world feel blind. This is the Northrop Grumman B-2 Raider, and today on Wings of War, we enter the world of the aircraft many believe is not just a bomber, but the most terrifying aerial weapon ever created. A machine so silent, so deadly, that enemies don't even know it was there until the mission is already over. Welcome to Wings of War, and let's begin with a question. Is the B-2 Raider truly the real king of the sky, or is it something far beyond that, a ghost, a legend, a weapon crafted for the future? From the moment the B-2 takes off, nothing about it feels normal. Its shape is not like any other aircraft. No tail, no fuselage, no traditional wings, just one enormous flying wing slicing through the air with absolute smoothness. This design isn't just beautiful, it is engineered to disappear. Stealth isn't a feature on the B-2, stealth is its entire identity. The surfaces, the angles, the curves, the skin, every inch of this aircraft is designed to avoid detection. Most aircraft try to hide. The B-2 becomes invisible. Even today, decades after its creation, no enemy radar system has ever confidently tracked a B-2 in real time. Some call it a ghost. Others call it a shadow of death. But pilots who fly it say only one thing: it feels alive. To understand the B-2 Raider, you must understand the world it was born into. The Cold War was not just a political conflict, it was a race to create weapons that could guarantee survival. The United States needed an aircraft that could fly deep into enemy territory, destroy strategic targets, and return home without ever being seen. Satellites could be jammed, missiles could be intercepted, but an invisible bomber, that changed everything. And so the B-2 was built in absolute secrecy. Engineers worked behind locked doors. Designs were hidden inside vaults. Even test flights were planned at unusual hours of the night. And when the world finally saw the B-2 for the first time, everyone knew something extraordinary had been created. The B-2 is more than stealth. It is a long-range strategic bomber designed to travel thousands of kilometers without refueling. It carries both conventional weapons and nuclear bombs, making it one of the most important assets in America's defense strategy. But what truly sets it apart is its precision. The aircraft can release bombs with such accuracy that a target many kilometers away can be destroyed within inches of where the pilots want. It doesn't just drop bombs, it performs surgical strikes. It eliminates threats with perfect timing. When the mission demands silence, precision, and impossible reach, the B-2 is the first name spoken in the war room. Inside the cockpit, the story becomes even more fascinating. Pilots describe the B-2 as something between a jet and a spaceship. The controls feel smooth, the handling feels balanced, and the entire aircraft behaves as if the air itself bends around its wings. The flight control system uses advanced computers to make constant micro-calculations. Without this system, the B-2 would be too unstable to fly. But with it, the aircraft feels like a dream, silent, steady, and perfectly controlled. Pilots often say, "You don't control the B-2. You partner with it." And then there is the mission capability. The B-2 can take off from the United States, fly halfway across the world, strike a target, and return without stopping. The longest recorded mission was over 44 hours, nearly 2 full days in the air. Think about that. A machine designed decades ago still performs missions that modern aircraft struggle to match. Its endurance, its stealth, and its precision make it almost irreplaceable. The aircraft's skin is also a masterpiece. It's made from advanced composite materials that absorb radar waves instead of reflecting them. Even maintenance of the B-2 requires special hangars, controlled environments, and advanced coatings. This is not a normal jet, this is a piece of futuristic technology maintained with futuristic methods. Every surface, every panel, every curve matters. The tiniest mistake could compromise stealth, and that is why the B-2 is treated like a national treasure. But no weapon gains respect just because it looks beautiful. It must prove itself in real missions. And the B-2 did exactly that. During conflicts in Kosovo, Iraq, and Afghanistan, the B-2 carried out some of the most difficult missions with unmatched precision. It flew from the United States, struck heavily defended targets, and returned without being detected. Entire enemy defense networks were destroyed before they understood what happened. The aircraft has this ability to create fear even without being seen. Leaders across the world know one thing: if the B-2 is in the air, someone, somewhere, is about to receive a message. Another reason the B-2 became so legendary is its ability to work in complete silence. It doesn't announce its presence with loud afterburners. It doesn't break the sound barrier with a thunderous boom. It simply moves like a shadow. Slow, deliberate, and precise. The world's most advanced bomber doesn't need to be fast. It needs to be invisible. And that is exactly why the B-2 stands apart from all other aircraft. The aircraft also carries an emotional weight. For many aviation lovers, the B-2 is a symbol of engineering perfection. It looks like something from science fiction, yet it exists in reality. It feels like the future, yet it was built decades ago. The idea that humans could design something this advanced, this mysterious, and this powerful, it inspires awe. Pilots who fly it speak with respect and pride. Engineers still call it their greatest achievement. And military commanders continue to treat it as one of the most important assets in America's arsenal. Some people ask whether the B-2 deserves the title, the real king of the sky. But maybe that question is too small. The B-2 isn't a king. Kings rule over what they can see. The B-2 rules over what cannot be seen. It dominates not through power, but through invisibility. It doesn't fight for attention, it demands silence. It doesn't show its strength, it hides it until the last moment. In a world filled with loud weapons, the B-2 remains a quiet nightmare. But the story of the B-2 isn't over. Even today, the aircraft continues to be upgraded with new technologies, new communication systems, new sensors, and new defenses. It is being prepared for the future, for threats that haven't even appeared yet. The program remains active because replacing the B-2 is almost impossible. It is not just hardware, it is a concept, a strategy, a capability no one else in the world has mastered. And that is why it remains one of the most feared aircraft on the planet. The legacy of the B-2 Raider is not measured in battles fought, but in battles prevented. The mere knowledge that the United States possesses such a capability forces enemies to think twice. It creates deterrence. It creates caution. It creates the kind of fear that keeps wars from starting. That is the true power of the B-2, not the bombs it carries, but the silence it creates. As we close this story, imagine the B-2 one more time. A dark wing gliding across a moonlit sky. No sound, no shape, no warning, just a ghost watching the world below. And if that ghost ever decides to strike, the target will never know until the moment it is too late. This is the B-2 Raider, the aircraft that turns stealth into art, engineering into magic, and war into silence. On wings of war. We call many aircraft the kings of the sky. But the B-2? This one may be something above kingship. Something beyond the throne. Something that doesn't rule the sky, it haunts it.